وعشق ما له آخر، وأمجاد مسطرة ترى في أمسها الحاضر. دبي زينة الدنيا وعشق ما له آخر، وأمجاد مسطرة ترى في أمسها الحاضر. تحييكم وتهديكم ورود العمر والخاطر، تحييكم وتهديكم ورود العمر والخاطر. فأهلا يا ضيوف دبي وسهلا في ربوع دبي. يا سلام يا سلام يا سلام يا سلام يا سلام يا دبي، يا سلام يا دبي، يا سلام يا سلام يا سلام يا سلام يا سلام يا دبي. It's somewhere you feel alive, forever on your mind. Wherever you close your eyes, Dubai is always in your heart. Dubai is always in your heart. No matter where you go in life, no matter where you go in time, doesn't matter where you are, Dubai is always in.
أعزائي المشاهدين، أهلا وسهلا بكم من جديد مع برنامجكم الأسبوعي برنامج قصتي. كما عودناكم في كل أسبوع نستضيف لكم خيرة من دولة الإمارات. قصة نجاح أتتنا إلى الدولة منذ عام 1980. Mr. Morteza, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
We are so lucky to be here with you in your company. Our team said to you, welcome in our program.
My pleasure.
And we would like to know about yourself. Who's Mr. Morteza when he came to this country at the first time and what he's doing at this moment?
In 1982, I came to Dubai with the intention of business, and I established a shipping company at that time in Dubai. And since then, I have continued that line of business for nearly now 38 years.
كل هالعالم في دار تختصر عالم وقالب وصفها العالم.
Jumbo line.
Yeah.
The idea of the name first.
Well, frankly speaking, Jumbo Electronics, I had seen here as a name, and then I combined it with shipping, so it became, I combined, because in shipping there is a lines of the shipping. I combined Jumbo, I took it from Jumbo Electronics and put line as a line of shipping, and shipping, of course.
Let's talk about Mr. Morteza, who was in Tehran University before he going to the live to be working in the business. Tell me the first job you get it before you come to.
I was employed in ARIA National Shipping Line, which is the national carrier, which was national carrier of Iran back to before revolution. And I was with them for nearly 5 years before I came to Dubai.
The idea of Dubai, how it's come, who telling you to come to Dubai?
We, in the same shipping company, we had a line called PG Gulf, Persian Gulf Line. PGL, Persian Gulf Line. And I was the manager of that line. So we had communication, business, transaction between Iranian port and UAE port at that time.
So 1982, it was a strong UAE, or it was still young and the business not that
Very
stable?
young, very young.
It was gambling to open in UAE.
Well, the fundamentals were there. The encouragement by the rulers were there. We could see a kind of uh, appetite to attract the foreigners, investors, and that was really a big encouragement for me to come here.
First employee we choose in this community, in this company.
Sorry, can you repeat again?
The first employee you choose him
Yeah.
in the company.
Yeah.
How did you choose him?
How did I choose him? Actually, one of my friends was about to go to Canada, to immigrate to Canada, and he had 2 employees, and I took them.
Wow. So there is one of your employees, or more than 2 of your employees, they are with you more than 35 years?
34 years precisely.
So it means the relation with these employees is so strong. How we can build this relation with the employees strong?
Well, it has been over the time proved that they are loyal, they are hard workers, they feel they are doing their own job, their own business here in this office. So I have carried out with them until now.
So Jumbo, which have now more than 100 employees over the world, right?
At sea and in the office, yeah.
So how you call the relation with these people? As a family, you are working as a teamwork, or?
Well, frankly, it is, of course. Without it, cannot go that strong. During the past 38 years, we must have had a very close relation with our employees, whether on board the ship or in the office.
And let's talk about the services. To which country we can arrange, or over the world, or
we are mainly operating worldwide. Majority of our businesses are from the Gulf port to Far Eastern port, like China, South Korea, Japan.
So now Dubai is a hub. So if I would talk about the shipping company, so I will find 1,000 company. So tell me how we can prove ourselves between these challengers in the market, how we can be always special.
We ourselves within our office, we are always relying on the stability of this country, UAE, and especially with the broad vision of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid, as well as His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed. And we are sure we are going to have a very strong future.
From 1982 until 2000, it's different between 2000 and 2008, the booming time. Let's talk about the booming time. What you was doing in the booming time?
Well, I just would like to refer to 2008, as you mentioned rightfully. The volume of business between UAE and Iran was $28 billion.
Sure.
And unfortunately, after these sanctions applied to Iran by Mr. Trump, it has dropped to below $10 billion.
Sure. So then, 2008, 2009, the crisis came, and what happened for our time?
Well, at that time, of course, it was a big crash.
Yes.
But frankly, in our business, it didn't go that way. The crash was only for the property.
Yes.
And mostly it was affected to the property. For our business, it didn't change anything. Still, our ships were operating.
The biggest change happening now, talking about 2011, 2012, that time we have to build a business in other countries also, because the situation
up and down. Yeah, that's
what
very
we
true.
did that time.
As I said, that didn't affect much our business, to be very honest with you. But the sanctions affected us. especially in the part of the banking system, they closed our bank because I was born in Iran, and that was way the banks considered us as, let's say, Iranian business people here in the country. They closed our accounts, and that was a big damage to us.
But even this challenge, after that 1 year, you get an award from Dubai.
Yeah, of course.
What
In
is
2012, we got award from Dubai Custom, that for our activities, in recognition of our activities in the UAE maritime industry.
Mr. Mortada, the hard-working businessman, the one who trusts in himself and he have a target, also he don't forget to be with the charities and supporting the charities. I see many awards from the charity side. When you have a time to be father for all these things, for the family and for the business, for the employees, for the charity,
I have learned to manage the things, and in this case also I'm managing it. Not only you might see one or two of them, but I am active in the charity more than 10 different places.
yes, we know that. So when we have time for our family,
I do spend enough time with my family, and they are very much happy in the country.
Mr. Mortada, around 2 weeks or 1 week or more than 1 week, we try to take from your time 1 hour. For the time is expensive, right?
Well, I can't say it was 1 week. No, Laura knows that it wasn't 1 week because last Tuesday I was in Abu Dhabi,
Yeah.
and I think in the same evening, Tuesday evening, she called me, if I'm not wrong. So it's still not 1 week.
Uh-huh.
Today is Monday.
6 days.
Yeah, okay.
When I talk about the future, I have to talk about the reason that changed our future. Corona. 2000, Corona came, she changed all our plan. What did Corona affect?
I consider it that way, that Corona or such a similar problems coming to the people, it should be taken as a big lesson, and I take it myself as a big lesson. I've told my children, this Corona, although it is very hard and very bitter, but we should take a good experience out of it for future. In future, they will know that whatever we have today is not guaranteed to remain for us today. It may tomorrow be wiped out, so we have to always be ready. It is a valuable lesson for us in general.
I will go back 5 years to 2015, that you was in Expo, and now we are waiting Expo 2021. What you prepare for this big festival?
We are, as I said, we are very much prepared to participate strongly and actively in the Expo 2000, definitely.
Mm-hmm. So when I talk about more than 25 million persons, they will come within 6 months.
I hope will be even more.
Really. After Expo, the people who outside, they say it will happen the same what's happening with Italy. But Sheikh Mohammed, he say we prepare, and Dubai, it will be the best place in the world in 2040. How it will be? Where you will be?
I fully support that, and I'm sure it will be. Dubai is on the way to progress, for sure.
And Jumbo Line, where they will be in 2040?
Much stronger than today. We are optimistic. My son will carry on this task.
To reach to the number one, it's very hard, but the hardest is to stay in the same level. His Highness was saying that in his book. So how we can always be on the top?
We have to be with high vision, broad vision. We have taken this lesson from His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid. His high vision, his broad vision has taught us to always keep higher level of life as our target.
What did you eat? What did you learn from UEE?
A lot.
Biggest things.
I can say really and frankly, I have seen the vision of the rulers of the country as I can call it a God-given gift to me.
I never see UEE before 2000, so you was living here from 1982. So is it really what desert fully? So you was wake up in the morning, see something change?
That I have seen from my home to Jumeirah Beach Road to Dubai, that I'm always every day traveling. Sometimes I've seen, oh, this building has come up and I didn't see it, how it came up. And really that I have experienced this more than 10 times. Building came up after 20 floor building. I saw it just like that.
And until now, we sit in the middle of Dubai, in the Dira, the same place that you can see everywhere. The view is nice, and the one who sees the relation, the knowledge, and the growth in UAE sit here and same like a manager who's checking everything. So, what you teach your kids or your sons for the business? What you advise them before they come to you to be with you in the business?
Of course, they have in practical seen how I behave, what I do, how I manage, and I'm sure because they are all educated to the master degree in UK universities, and they have already taken they have seen from me.
When I talk about Mr. Mortada, after his father and mother who support him in his life, he said, the one who pushed me always, she's my wife. True?
Yeah.
What we have to say for this wife, opposite this camera?
I thank my wife actually for all her support during this more than 40 years of life we have had together.
From Tehran University, we get an advice from person. The advice until now is with us, and we can record it as a memory in your life. Can we know this memory, please?
I did not exactly catch your question. Can we?
I'm talking about the teacher in Tehran University that he pushed you to come to UAE, and he's the one who's supporting you or push you to do it.
As a matter of fact, he didn't tell me to come to UAE, but he pushed me, or let's say proposed to me that you go on the business. He said you will be successful in business. And he was the head of Tehran University.
You like to mention his name?
His name was Dr. Ali Khani.
Ali Khani. So what?
Ali Khani.
Ali Khani. So what you will tell him?
He died about a year ago, unfortunately, at the age of 91. And he was a great man.
If we ask you to advise the newcomer before they come to this country, what you advise them?
I can tell them that you have come to a safe place, you are in safe hands. You can dream whatever you want and you can achieve it in this country.
And for the country, for the peace and safe country, the country which starts from Sheikh Zayed age, Hassan Zayed, they make it #1 in the world. What we have to say for UAE leaders and government?
Again, I didn't catch
what you have to say for UAE leaders and government for this peace and safety?
Well, I thank them profoundly for all these arrangements they have done for the expats, and I'm one of them. And one of the points that I have noticed during this 30 plus years is that the rulers here, their door is open for everybody. I have been honored to go to meet Sheikh Zayed Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid in more than 30 occasions, especially during the Ramadan time. We used to get invitation from the protocol department of His Mohammed Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid to participate in their iftari events. as well as on the day on the Al-Fitr day, the Eid al-Adha day for greetings. We used to go. I used to go every day except last 2 years. Last year because of the corona,
Yes.
every day I used to go during the Eid al-Fitr to visit him. And this open door is giving us encouragement to the extent that we see we are at home.
And also, we will say from our program, Ramadan Kareem for all the Muslims around the world. And we will say to you, Mr. Morteza, thank you so much for spending your time with our team. And we are so lucky again to be with you. Thank you, sir.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Ya salam.